viewers, you're watching B Weekly. Thank you so much for tuning in to B Mate once again. It's your girl Nelly, and this week we would like to give a special thank you to our loyal viewers. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. It's week 4 of B Weekly. This week we have news that completely blew up the internet. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but it went really crazy. Now last week there were pictures of Africans displayed next to animals with the same facial expressions in Wuhan, China. It's as if they were comparing animals to people with color. Now the museum's intentions, we don't really know, but there were quite a number of people who were so offended that the museum decided to apologize and take down the exhibit. Did you know that the honey you eat probably has pesticides? Ooh. Well, we hear that 75% of the world's honey was found to have pesticides. According to the article, samples were found across all continents except Antarctica and a few isolated islands. The highest concentrations were in European, North America, and Asian samples. This is a study from the University of Dundee, and they showed that it has no harm to the human nature. However, they detected that it damages the bee brain function and causes them to forage. Another disadvantage would be that it pollinates our plants. And now it's time for you guys, football lovers. The third and last news is about 2018 World Cup in Russia. So many people are excited about this, including one of my B-Mate crew members. It's unbelievable. He's actually going to be part of this video. You guys should embrace this moment. Kevin, let's hear it up.
Wow, it feels so weird to be in front of the camera because normally I'm behind it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
Can you tell us more about this World Cup?
Yeah, it's like for you guys who loves football, I think it's nothing new. But then maybe for the other people, like World Cup, it's like the biggest thing that you can ever win in like world football. So if your country missed out on World Cup, it's like a really big thing because normally the whole country is being behind the team and everybody is crazy about it. So right now we're actually going to talk about the 5 big teams who are going to miss out on World Cup.
Yeah, so we hear that the major results show that 5 major teams will miss out the qualifying tickets to the World Cup. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so those 5 teams are the USA and Holland, Chile, and 2 teams from Africa, Ghana and Cameroon. So they have their different reasons why they missed out on World Cup. For example, for the USA, they actually had a big chance to qualify for the World Cup, but then in the last match, somehow they lost against the worst team like Trinidad and Tobago. That was the easiest team that they can face in the last match, but somehow they lost to them. And the second one, it's Chile. They won the last 2 Copa America. It's the biggest tournament in South America. And now they're not going to be in the World Cup, and they have the big players like Alexis Sanchez and Arturo Vidal. So we're not going to see them too in the World Cup. And then the next one, it's Holland. Team Holland, it's, as you guys know, it's really big team with a lot of talent in it, but they missed out on the last major tournament in Euro 2016 in France, and now they're gonna miss out again in the World Cup. So they actually have a good team, but then during the qualifying campaign they just don't turn up, and in the last match they actually won against Sweden 2-0, but it wasn't enough because they lost out on goal difference. And then for the last 2 teams from Africa, the first one is Ghana. They should have made it to the World Cup. They were robbed because they scored a goal, but then it was ruled offside, which actually it's not offside because we can see in the video replay. And the last one is Cameroon. I don't know what happened to them. They won the African Cup of Nations, but now they're not going to be in the World Cup too. So we're going to miss out on those 5 teams, but we're still gonna have the other big teams and all the big players.
Wow, that's quite interesting. Now I understand why you're so excited about this. Thank you so much for joining us. Like, we
No
really
problem.
appreciate this. I hope you'll be back though.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
It's now time for the top 3 highest valued currencies in the whole world. Now, the number 3, Omani Rial from Oman, which 1 Rial is equivalent to 2.6 USD, and in yuan it's 17.11. It's quite a lot. The highest note is 50 Rials. Just like, you know, the yuan is, the highest note is 100. They only have 50 Rials. Before 1940, Oman used the Indian rupee and Maria Theresa Taylor. In 1970, they used the Rial Saudi, and only in 1973, they started using their own currency. Number 2, Bahraini Dinar, all the way from Bahrain, which 1 dinar is equivalent to 2.65, and in RMB it's 17.46, which is almost equivalent to the Omani Rial. There's not much of a big difference there. And their currency was introduced in 1965, and it is usually represented by 3 decimal places denoting the fields. 3 decimal places, that's a lot. It should mean something. Number 1, the highest currency in the whole world. And this is the Kuwaiti dinar from Kuwait. Now, which is equivalent to 3.31 USD, and in RMB it's 21.8. Now, whoa, in my country, in Namibia, that's quite a huge number. That's like 44.77 Namibian dollars. I could buy so many things. That I could buy my lunch with that money. Now, their currencies start from a quarter dinars to 20 dinars. Did you guys hear the quarter part? Yes, they have a quarter. And that just sounds really weird. It was introduced in 1960 to replace the Gulf rupee. In 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait, which they stole the currency by invading forces. And only after liberation, Kuwait restored their own currency. And that's it for the 4th episode of Be Weekly. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you subscribe and like. Leave comments down there and make sure you share it. Don't let your friends miss out on the good stuff, guys. Be made, be yourself, and be there next week. Thank you so much.